What up, boys? Fox here, and today I want to show you guys how did I pass from Flame and Spark to Cold. So I was playing Flame and Spark, and I was like having really trouble to finish Act 2, and suddenly I just played to Cold, and I cleared everything from Act 2 till Act 3, and starting my end game and my corruption. See you guys in the video. Okay, boys. Let's recap this. As you guys saw in the introduction, I was playing Flame with Spark and was not working. So I just changed to Cold because I'm new fresh player. And I saw a lot of guides and I saw a lot of stuff, but the problem is most of the fresh players we don't know what is happening, right? Like, oh, you can go cast on freeze with comets, and then you use a scatter, and then you go within the passive tree to energize, and like if you are new, you're gonna ask like, what is happening? What? Okay, so let's demystify all the little details. So in the beginning, when you start, you just come like in the first town. I even can show you when you start Path of Exile and you want to play Sorcerer, and it's not like the same thing as playing Witch, because Witch is like playing in easy mode. Act 1, this is the map. You start and come with clear fell. Good, powers. You go to Una and you buy the Staff of Victory. That is going to give level 5 freezing shards. And it's pretty simple. You just need like freezing shards. Probably need Frost Bomb and Frost Nova. That is not Frost Nova, is Ice Nova. It's the same thing. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so in the beginning, you buy the stuff, and when you come here to your skills, you're gonna have like freezing shard. You can, even if you click, you can choose them. Okay, you're gonna use freezing shard, and it's this one. Okay, pretty simple. What do you need? You need freezing shard. You need frost bomb, ice nova. If you want to play with ice wall, I give you that though. It's not really a problem. But your main focus, your main path should be frost. Okay? It should be frost. You're gonna have damage. Don't worry about damage. You're gonna have damage. And it's going to be easier for you to kill things along the way and survivability. Okay? Okay. Let's demystify. When you finish Act 2 and you start the Act 3, you're gonna have a gem, a buff gem. And when I try to say buff gem is this one over here. And cut spirit gem. If you click, you're gonna give you like cast on freeze, raging spirits that you use for witch, and even us we can use it. Cast on ignite, pretty cool. Okay, no problem. It's gonna give you uncut spirit gem, and this spirit gem is going to give you a buff spell. The name is cast on freeze. Okay, so what means cast on freeze? First of all, because I saw other guides and I like people that know about the game, but I'm a noob. And a lot of people are fresh in this game because everyone try out Path of Exile, but we don't know the things, so we need to know them. So Cast on Freeze is a buff, is an aura, as you guys can see it over here. Is aura that every time you freeze one enemy, everything that is inside this aura, every spell, and as you guys can realize, you can choose spells from skill gems, okay? And where do you pick these skill gems? You pick from mobs when you clear the map, okay? Poggers. So every spell that are inside of this buff, every time you freeze an enemy, they will cast it. They will drop all the spells at once, okay? When you reach the end of Act 2 and you have cast on freeze already, okay, Fox, I do have a cast on freeze. Poggers, nice. What you want to do is like you should equip your cast on freeze. You should cold snap your cast on freeze, okay? There, okay. And you should use one support spirit gem. That's the same thing, boys. Uncut spirit gem give you the buff. Uncut skill gem give you the spells, and you have another one that uncut a spirit gem. Okay, the buffs uncut sport gem. Sorry, it's a lot of gems. Uncut sport gems give you this type of gems, Impetus and other ones. So you should choose Impetus to support skill gain, 40% increase energy. Okay. Why? The question, and now like this happened with me as well, was why I do need energy. Okay, so let's figure that out. Now it's 41 because you don't need that much energy in order to cast Cold Snap. But when you choose Comet, it passes for 166. Okay, so and we go there. So every time you put a spell into cast on freeze, the energy that you will need to cast that spell will go up. Okay, and your energy that you win every time you freeze a mob is 100. So it's not enough. If you use Comet, you will need to freeze more mobs in order to drop Comet. But you have other things in the game that can help you with it. Okay, this is a lot of things, because like for people that are new, I know that a lot of people in the video gonna say, like, a lot of people, well, if we got a lot of people to see it, like a lot of people will say, oh, but this is like a fresh, yeah, but a lot of people are fresh in the game, and nobody is like trying to help them though, you know. Okay, so first let's go back, let's figure it out. First of all, in the beginning you should go Frost. Okay, you should go Frost. Uncut Spirit, uncut Gem. You should go Frost, and if you want, you can go Spark, or you don't need to go Incinerate. It's not even, it doesn't work. Cold Snap, Ice Nova, Frost Bomb, Frost Bolt, Solar Orb, Cold Snap, and Spark. Example. It's pretty good for you. It's going to be pretty simple. You're gonna clear everything till Act 2. Like beginning of Act 3 is gonna be fine. When you reach Act 3, you're gonna have the Spirit Gem that's gonna give you Cast on Freeze, and that Cast on Freeze is like every single spell that you put inside of Cast on Freeze is going to happen when you max range the energy. Okay, Poggers. Another thing, remember, it happens with me. You need to activate the spell. Okay, so you guys are looking at that. Look. Okay, you can deactivate and you can activate the spell. So when you reach Act 3, like level 9, level, I don't know, 40 or 35, when in Act 3, you can get like uncut spirit, uncut spirit gems like level 10. You can get cast on freeze, and you have your cold snap level 10 as well, but you just can get the comet at level 11. Okay, when you have like an uncut skill gem at level 11, that is like middle of Act 3. That is pretty close. Okay, so when you get cast on freeze and you get your cold, you can take the cold snap out. Oh, it's fine. You take your cold snap out. You can choose your cold snap there. I'm gonna put my arcane surge on cold snap, even though I should use others. What is going to happen is what you guys saw in the beginning of the video. Okay, you guys gonna run around and just like dropping comets and freezing everyone, as you guys can see right now. Let's go for the gems, and then I go for the talent trees, and I'm going to explain the talent tree for new people. Okay, for new people. I know that didn't happen that many times, new people, but we have new people now in the game. Okay, so support first. As you guys can see, oh, I found this new stuff with Sigil of Power. I'm trying out. I do believe the Sigil of Power is giving like a buff. I'm trying out because we don't have information about it. Okay, so continue. Frost Wall, I'm using Spell Echo for the double Frost Wall to clearing maps. And I'm using Deep Freeze so I can freeze the targets 50% more. Although I would probably will change this to my Frostball or my Frost Bomb. I will see, I will figure it out. For now, what I'm using is Spell Echo on my Frost Wall, and on my Deep Freeze, I'm using Deep Freeze on my Frost Wall as well. On my Frost Bomb, I'm using Second Wind. Why I'm using Second Wind? Because I have 2 shards, so I can like click 2 times the Frost Bomb. Fast forward, so they can like explode faster, and that is pretty cool because I need the damage. And Control Destruction, that gives you more damage, 30% more damage on my one. Ice Nova I don't use that much, but I'm using Unleash. Support spells gain seal every 200 of cast time to a maximum of 2 seals, as you guys can see it, 2 seals. And I'm using Magnified Effect, as is the effect that you guys can see it right here, like exploding and putting back. On my Frostbolt, pretty simple. Arcane Tempo, and you guys can get this gem really soon in the beginning of the game. So you guys should go, like, from the beginning, if you pick up Arcane Tempo, you should put on the Frostbolt. And you guys can craft as well the Scatter Shot, and you should put on a Frostbolt as well. Why? Because the effect that does is this one, with 3. You guys can realize. So you guys can like freeze the mobs way faster and way easier. This is going to be huge. It's going to help you a lot. Cast on Freeze, we already show. Solar Orb, I was using before I got Comet. I'm trying to figure it out. Because the future for me will be something with Frost and Fire. Okay? I don't really know that is going to work. I'm just working on it. Let's put it like that. Okay? So, but the Solar Orb is something like that gives you like damage wise and explodes after. And Raging Spirits is another buff spell. Again, another buff spell that every time, in this case, every time that you do damage with fire, it creates like some skulls, some elemental skulls, and attack the mobs. Okay? I'm using Overabundance, a Fight Infusion, but this is like a tryout. It's not really. If you guys wanna clear for video purpose, we can do this. Okay, we can do this. Doesn't really matter. What really matters is these ones. Okay, so Frost Wall, Spell Echo, Deep Freeze, Frost Bomb, Second Wind, Fast Forward, and Control Destruction. Ice Nova, Unleash, and Magnified Effect. Arcane Tempo, Frostbolt, Arcane Tempo, and Scattershot. Cast on Freeze, Comet, obvious, level 11. And Impetus, although I'm trying to figure it out if I can get another one. Another gem, so I can have another space. And I will put probably or Arcane Tempo or Scattershot, or I don't know. I will figure it out there. Okay, like what is the best? Like for now, this is more than enough even to clear corruption. And Cold Snap, I'm using Arcane Surge on Cold Snap, although it's really like exploration. Let's put it like that. Because even if I get the third one, I will probably put Cold Snap in my Cast on Freeze. Okay. I will put Cold Snap in my Cast on Freeze, and so I can, even when the combat comes down, I'll like explode everything on the map. So it could be way easier. Okay. So, again, boys and girls, Cast on Freeze is a buff that you can put spells inside, and every time something happen, explode, like all the spells comes out. Okay, for new people, for fresh people. Build. I'm using a Stormweaver. Okay. Everyone is using Stormweaver, almost everyone. Nobody is using Chrono. Like, oh, another thing that I want, we explain in the end of the video. I put like tips or stuff or something like that. So in the beginning, why this is important? Because in the beginning, I tried to do a fire and lightning build since the beginning. And then I realized, okay, I will not kill nothing. And this is going to be really complicated. And I'm stuck. in Act 2. So now what? Now I need to spend 30,000 gold in order to respec my build. So you don't need to, okay? And again, this is for fresh players. Fresh players. Thank you. I'm using a spell damage in the beginning, and I'm using energy shield. I know that I don't need to use energy shield, or I could go for cast speed and mana reg, and I probably will. But in the beginning, when I realize, okay, I'm dying, what I can do, I can pump my energy shield. And if you guys are start playing the game, you guys should do it too. Just go for shield, and on the long run, we can take it out and we go for cast speed. So I go for a spell damage into a Froze on Path of Winter, and one of the first nodes that you guys want to eat instantly, and some people as like different type of builds, but most of us, we agree in one thing, that the first thing that you want to eat is like this node over here. Okay, some of them is like just glaciation, and some of them is like endless blizzard, and they just go on the right side instantly, and some of them as like me. So the first node that you guys want to eat, and why do you guys want to do it, is like this one, the top one. Why? Because give you glaciation, and first of all give you cold damage. Second of all, give you glaciation that damage penetrates 80% cold resistance. So when you guys are freezing mobs, you guys gonna do more damage because you guys have more cold exposure, because the mobs in Path of Exile, they have resistance. Okay, so that's why you guys need it. And endless blizzard plus 1 to level all of cold skills. That is huge. And I do feel that's really necessary, the inescapable cold that increase the freeze build up for 40%, and 20% increase the freeze duration on enemies. And why do I feel this? Because I want to survive more time when I'm cleaning maps. I do use Shield the Bone, and that is like 20% increased shield duration on enemies and 30% increased magnitude of the shield you inflict. Although is preferable. It's personally. It's not. You don't need to use it. Okay. One of the things that is really, or I do feel that's really important, is all the freezing the freeze build up. I do feel that it's really important, all the freeze build up, because eventually in the long run you will need like having more cold damage and have more freeze build up. What is freeze build up is like how much is the time that you're gonna get to freeze the mobs, because a lot of mobs got like a lot of resistance, and you get like increased freeze build up. It's going to be easier for you. And another thing that you should use, or why did I choose, was the elemental damage. Was this really node over here, little node over here. And it's pretty simple. You just need like 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4. You need 5 points, and it's going to increase your damage, your cold exposure, and your damage fire and frost. Okay, so that was the reason that I choose it, because for me in the end will be about freezing mobs and finding out if I can do a fire build with frost. That's why. We go over there and we're gonna talk about this. This is really important, and why do we have 8% increase energy, and why this talent is cross all of the builds one of the most important. Because do you guys remember I talked about the cold cast on freeze and the comet, that like you need 166 energy? This is why. Okay. I saw some people just using like meta skill gain 8% increase energy and do not go for the rest. But to be honest with you guys, I will probably go for the rest, and I will figure it out. I will realize if it is we take advantage of it or no. But for now, we just like you go for energy, meta skills gain 8% increase energy, and you go for damage done, or spell damage basically. Okay. Okay. passing by for Stormweaver. And I even can show you guys like the energy that I'm talking about is this one. And under 66, the maximum energy that what you need to spend in order to unleash the cast on freeze. Okay. And what is the energy that you win with it. Okay. So every time energy gain modifier was 60, but I did, so it was 68% more than the 100, and but I did use was 60, was not 68, and I did use one energy, so it's 68. If I'm not mistaken, and if I'm not dumb, would be 168 that will cast you instantly every time you freeze. Every time you freeze the mob, will cast you instantly the cast on freeze, or every single spell that you have there. So if you guys want to realize, though, this is the energy that you need, this is the energy that you get when you freeze it, and this is like the plus, the bonus energy from like impetus and from other stats. So if you realize that this number is too low, just figure it out how to go up on this number. One of the ways is just this one, or even if you need it more, you just go like double one. You go 16 energy. That would be pretty cool for you. Okay. Talent trees, still on talent trees. If you guys did the first trial Ascension, sadly I have a story, but I'm gonna drop on the tips. I will not like cut it now. And if you guys in the first two talents at least crossover everyone that is playing with Sorcerer, everyone is going like for increased mana, because Frost will consume you a lot of mana, and Arcane Surge. So I did choose the two ones, and I do have a story about these ones that I'm going to give you one tips. Okay, I think I cover pretty like a really amount of topics. I'm going to cover like other topics now. Really interesting topics, because I needed to figure it out. So you can ascend at, what is it? Is here? Okay, Trial of Sekamas. I did make a mistake because I'm new in Path of Exile, right? So I just ascend at level. Can I see it? I probably cannot see the map now because I'm doing like the last act. But I just ascend. Yeah, I cannot see it. It's fine. I just ascend on Act 3 in Trial of Chaos. I didn't did the Trial of Sekamas. So if you are new to the game, what is what is Ascendance? Ascendance is like, imagine that you are Son Goku, right? And you're gonna receive like a big pump damage, a big power up. You're gonna do, instead of Super Saiyan, you're gonna be Super Saiyan 2, basically. That is Ascendance. And for some reason I didn't do at Act 2, but you should. In Act 2, you're gonna have a quest that's going to send you to Trial of Sekamas. In the caravan, trying to find the quest first, and the quest is going to be about the teeth. Find the passage of the thief, and you should find that passage, and you should do Trial of Sekamas. It's pretty easy, it's not problem, easy peasy. You can do it like easily, and you're going to ascend. So everything that is going to be after of Trial of Sekamas is going to be easier. So in order for you to ascend, again, boys, again, in order for you to ascend, that is like the Super Saiyan 2, you can do it on Act 2. You don't need to wait for Act 3 and do everything in hard mode in order to ascend. Okay? Another type of little things that I want to talk about. Remember to activate your buffs, your cast on freeze, on even your rage. If you are new to Path of Exile, be focused. Like, try to figure that out and try to activate this. Okay. More stuff. Another thing that is pretty useful, uh watch out with your stash. You should keep your stash like not like mine, but cleaner. That's going to be good. Watch out with your gold, that you will need a lot of gold in the future in order to like rebuild and take points and put points in other side. You're gonna need a lot of gold. Another tip that I can give you. um Try to figure it out since the beginning, what is the best stat for you and what you're gonna use. Although you can change today for tomorrow, because that GGG can come give a update patch and everything that we are talking about is useless. um do not use two times or more than once on Spirit Gem for the same spell if you don't need it. Okay. Try to do another tip that I can give you. Try to do the side quests in the beginning, so the act 3 will be easier for you. Okay. And that's all. Oof. Dude, was a I know, was a big one. I hope I try to cover everything that we need. If you guys enjoyed the video, uh drop a like, sub, and I really appreciate that. I see you guys in the next one. Peace.